this is just a great performance by Quinnipiac. I mean, just phenomenal. The assisted field goals, well, I don't even know what 24 for 28 percentages, but that was the one thing I was concerned about, and the one thing we really tried to disrupt. And boy, did they find and hit. I mean, they found and hit, and it wasn't lack of effort on a couple occasions, perhaps lack of discipline, overexcited. But it still takes incredible composure to hit it. I mean, we were scrambling them up, and they just stayed in a very calm mind. That was just, maybe if I watch the film, I'm going to be really, really, really upset. I am very sad because I love my team so much. I'm sad because the community showed up for us, and the university stepped up for us. And, I feel bad. I really wanted this to say thank you, and I'm just going to say thank you. And I don't think that we did a whole heck of a lot horribly. They just were really special tonight, and I'm not surprised by it. But if we hadn't have played as hard as we did and have some special performances too, it could have been embarrassing. They were very, very special tonight. And I went at the handshake line. I told Tricia she was being so classy, and I said, go celebrate. I mean, my God, go celebrate with your team. I appreciate the handshake, but what a moment for you, and what a moment for them. And they're gonna have a lot of people on their bandwagon if they continue to play like that, because that was really special. And then I'm going to try to talk about my seniors, but I'm not going to get through it because they're just awesome. So maybe I'll text y'all how I really feel about them. But great careers and special, special people. So they carried the banner, and they did everything I needed from them. So I love them, and we're going to be in each other's lives forever. And this isn't the end of our journey together, but it is the last time I got the honor and the pleasure to coach them. And that hurts a lot, too.
Questions for the student athletes? Michelle.
Jessica, it seemed like every time you guys, like when Mott hit those 2 free throws and it's a 1-point game, and then they go hit a 3, there were so many times in the game that you guys closed in, and they just seemed to hit those shots. What was that like emotionally for you guys? I mean, for the fans, it was a roller coaster. What was it like for you guys?
It was. I think we were missing a lot of poise, like Coach mentioned. So, just for shooters to be open, that the coaches do a heck of a job on the scout report, and we know who the shooters are. We know who we have to identify in transition, and who to look for, and who we make sure doesn't get an open look or open catch. And for the shooters to be wide open with a late contested defender flying out at them, I just think we're missing a lot of poise. But emotionally, the game moves so fast. They get a quick hit, and we got to make a quick run. So they started off really well. They started off really hot, and we knew it could either go 2 ways. They'll cool down, or they'll just keep hitting. And they just kept hitting. And like I said, we continued to let them keep getting open.
Jessica, with this team, Quinnipiac, they have balanced scoring. Nobody scores more than 10.6 points. Did that make it tougher to defend them, knowing they didn't have necessarily one go-to scorer?
Honestly, I think that was a positive for us because we know how our team defense can just bother a lot of people. So we knew nobody could take a second off on any defensive possession. So no, it didn't bother us. It didn't make it harder. But they're a really solid team from top to bottom of the roster. So, everybody plays their role really well. And they had another great game tonight.
Tim Reynolds of the AP. Jessica, how much energy got expended? You guys, it never got away, but you guys were playing uphill, it seemed like, the whole time. Did that just wear you guys down a bit too much, do you think?
I mean, it's a horrible position to be in. I think we were down 13 at one point, and then we had to crawl our way back and fight our way back, and then from there on, like, you still got a whole nother half. You know, we brought it into 2, and then, like, it was still, we had a whole nother quarter. But, I mean, there's been times where we've been up, and there's been times when we've been down, and tonight was another time we were down, and we were looking forward to coming back and making a big-time win, but and it just didn't happen like that.
Christy?
Christy Chirinos from the Sun Sentinel. Key, I know Jessica just talked a little bit about it, but you know, what was it like every time you guys pulled within 1, every time you guys made a run, they answered, and it was usually with a 3. How frustrating was that from your perspective?
It was a little frustrating. We were a little frustrated, but I mean, we kept pushing. We kept trying. We know what we're capable of and what they're capable of, and we thought that we could do better.
Michelle?
Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Could both of you as seniors just talk about what went through your minds at the very end there? I saw, Jessica, you were down on the ground, and I'm not sure where you were, but what were you feeling, thinking about in those final moments after the buzzer?
I just honestly didn't think this would be the last time I get to play for Katie Meyer.
Me too.
It's disappointing just because I know how much we wanted it. Just wanted, as seniors, we wanted to take this program somewhere it's never been. So when that buzzer went off, and you know, you try to fight to the end, but when that buzzer went off, I really didn't see this conversation I'm having with you all right now happening.
Like she said, I wasn't prepared for this either. I thought we didn't overlook them, but we thought we were going to go further than what we did. And I wasn't expecting to have this conversation with you guys either. And it's frustrating, it's hard, and it's like today is the last time we'll ever wear a Miami jersey.
Questions for Coach Meyer? Tim?
The spurt at the end of the half, when you got it from 13 to 7, how vital did you think that was, and what sort of a boost do you think that gave you?
I thought Jessica was real special there on that stretch. And, you know, that there were some really, really special plays by some really, really special players throughout the course of that game. When it come down to it, I think they answered that huge 3 by Martucci, I think it was. Mm-hmm. That was a heck of an answer, but even when she made it, it wasn't like, so we still thought, okay, 4-point game, and we'd gone through all the scenarios. So I don't think we were ever deflated until that last foul and whatever with the intentional. That was the only time I think we just thought, well, we might be out of time here. But it wasn't like we were playing a soft zone. I mean, they were really sharp, really, really sharp. We did make some personnel mistakes, but not 100. I mean, you make one and they find it, and it's 3 points. And their quality of their passing, you know, they're right in the shooting pocket. So you can't be a second late. It's not like they go and get the ball and then bring it in their shooting pocket. They are on time, on target with their passing, and they were tonight. They were what I saw on film, and they had tremendous poise. So I'm gonna tell you, they are really that team tonight was very, very good and would have beaten a lot of people, and we played well and got beat.
If there are no further questions for Miami, we've got a couple more. Walter?
Katie, can you talk about the pressure defense? You had the press,
Right.
and maybe something that I know you don't look ahead, but you had studied them in the time between games. You got some turnovers, but also maybe led to some open shots. Can you talk
Right.
about your thought process behind that?
Well, I think, as Tim referenced, we were playing uphill. And so we had a couple of different presses there. It wasn't the same one. We were trying to do some schemes. And, you know, there were a couple times we got real excited because it worked, and then we were down 1, and so then we overran something. That we know better. But, you know, they also were very balanced, and the pressure, when we sat back in our man and just let them isolate us, they were scoring on that too. So it was you know, at a certain point, I was just like thinking, well, let's just make sure we answer. because it could have gotten away from a lot of teams if they didn't have special. Jessica had a career high tonight. I mean, this game could have gotten away from a lot of teams to combat 14 threes. You know, like I said, I mean, we weren't sitting in a 2-3 zone just saying, and we dare you. I mean, we were challenging their shots too, and they were making them. So to overcome that and still have a chance to win it or be within one on a performance like that, I think I'm disappointed, but I got to tell you that's one of that is really a lot of points to try to combat.
Michelle?
Katie, what does it say about the depth of women's basketball that, you know, people sometimes say there isn't the depth, but this is a 12 seed that's knocked off Marquette and you guys.
Right.
What does it say about the growth of the game and some of these teams that people don't know much about?
Yeah, and I think that you're seeing it, like I said, I think on Saturday, you're seeing it on the women's side now, too, that you're starting to see on the men's side. You get a group that's real connected. They're veteran. They're well coached. And they have a style that they are committed to, and they don't waver from it. And you're starting to see that pop up on the women's side, too. So, you know, I guess it says that there's stylistically, you can win in a lot of different ways in women's basketball, and that's good. I mean, that's good for the sport because I thought there were two amazing styles. I think that had to be a wonderful game to watch on TV. I mean, it was not boring. I mean, it was really a big-time basketball game.
If there are no further questions, we'll allow Miami to get back to their locker room.
I just want to say, again, thank you for the administration and the community and all the support that we got because I'll never forget that. It really meant a lot. Thank you.
And the Miami locker room is open.